So what can we vote for? Let's pull that up. Alright, so we can kick and match Radbot. Alright. So we got that. Alright, so on 9 we got our victory and defeat screens fixed. Hello, Chris Goku. I am just making the patch notes for the patch that's going out on Friday and making the marketing emails and the other crap that you just kind of have to do. Let's see, icons fixed. You had to redo your stage. Well, why was that? Was there... And did that go well, or was it boring and tedious and frustrating? Alright, game mode options show up. Join in progress. Game options now work for dedicated servers. Boring and tedious. Ouch. Well, yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, well, it's always... There's always something else comes in and screws up what you're trying to do sometimes. Alright, so other bugs. So emotes are fixed, UI-driven mouse cursor. What's up for today? I just finished all the stuff that I needed to finish for the update. So now I'm just working on writing the patch notes, marketing email, and updating the blog and everything else. So pretty much just wrapping up my work for the update on Friday. So you're using our program and Maya LT glitched out or whatever? What? You had to redo it because you got the real version of Maya? That's... Like, why would that be broken? Like, it's still Maya. I mean, it's not like you upgraded an entire, like, major version or something like Maya 2016 to 2017. Also, I wouldn't imagine... Like, why would just vertex data and everything else not have a nice standardized format? That's kind of the first rule in building big systems is backwards compatibility. Like, it seems real... That seems really frustrating. My LT isn't compatible? Why? Like, that seems so dumb. Like, if my LT is there to train people up so they can actually use real Maya, like students or independent developers, and as soon as they start making money, they switch to the real Maya, which they sell for a lot more money. all of a sudden you put a gate between your customers actually like paying you. Like that's stupid. That's a miss on their part. All right, so I'm just looking over my work journal. Issues with blueprints, sprint, cinematic spawner, playlist are used. Bugs, progress. Yeah, we fixed the goal collision. Oh yeah, I'm also gonna need to go through Adam's list and make sure he's got. Okay, so I got all that done. Let's go look at what Adam's schedule has looked like. He hasn't. I don't know if he's actually been keeping track of what he's been working on in a nice, discoverable way for me. Yeah, Art Sprint 6 ends on 211 and has got just all this trash in there. So let's pull up the Perforce history and take a look at what we got going on. So we'll start on 217 and go up. So victory, defeat, lose, tie illustrations. You could now say you have game developer skills. Woe unto you that you are now a game developer and you have skills. Yeah, well, sometimes you just gotta go through all that, and even with boring, tedious work, sometimes just the process of going through it helps you center everything, beats it into you, like how to make things. So, okay, so victory, loss, illustrations. Actually, no, this will be from the 18th because we actually released on the 17th, on the 18th. So tie image. Alright, so UI level, work in progress, UI level, UI polish, UI mute, loading player indicator. Yeah, so he didn't write very good Perforce notes for me because I know there's a lot more in here. So, like, there's improvements to forest day level. I'm not sure of anything else, really. Maybe I could go through his change list and try to see what else. Like, multiplayer host, these were just forgotten assets. UI polish. Let's see, these are grass, join IP screen, settings audio. I'll just do a UI screen improvements. Let's see, we got rapids, foam, the assets, credits, doesn't need anything. This was grass, more grass, online screen, settings screen, yeah, that's all just UI overhaul. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for that. So that's my notes, his notes. I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and make that new post. Add new. Brackensack update 4. It's posted on March 7th and uncategorized. Alright, so let's fix that. It's in announcements. Alright, so our fourth update is going live. Major updates, a brand new level, Forest Night, new original music, beautiful new main menu, more bugs and more bug fixes, and then we have a detailed list of stuff. Cool, that looks correct. So I actually took a step back and learned computer science and other fields like cloud. Now you're able to add game dev. Last thing is graphics. So if you're going to learn graphics, are you talking about doing the actual math for camera work, like messing around with your perspective matrix and learning all that sort of stuff? Are you talking about learning how to do normals and tangent space, like lighting calculations, post-processing stuff, or are you talking about just like materials and textures and learning how to do like HLSL and some of the shader stuff? Or all of the above? Because, yeah, I know that having that base of like understanding for like the perspective matrix and all that sort of stuff, and doing like rasterization and like scissoring of pixels and calling backface triangles with doing all the math for that, is I found that a lot less useful than like the tangent space lighting, like understanding how the lighting stuff worked and how like ambient occlusion mapping and how all the math comes together and then does post processing. That part I find really helps me when I'm even using like Unreal's visual editor for materials, like that sort of knowledge where you're like, oh well, this multiplied by this and this inverted is blue. That's a lot more important than knowing about like, well, when you multiply these two vertices together with this, we know that's a backface triangle and we don't draw that, and then having like a line drawing algorithm for rasterizing every single line and doing hyperbolic coordinates for textures. Like that stuff is like, whatever. I don't need to do that crap. That's kind of a known quantity. So what we need to do next is write the update for the bottom right here. And that's inside of news. Alright, so what is it looking like? So our latest update brings a brand new level and tons of bug fixes. And I need a link to the dev blog for this thing. There we go. And this is 180310. Our latest update, tons of bugs. Brand new forest level. Okay, so that'll work there. So let's go throw that on S3 and bust the cache. Yeah, we did a lot of that sort of stuff in college with we did the kind of the process of learning graphics was they taught us like the math for the camera, and then you had to learn circle drawing algorithms and line drawing algorithms and then triangle drawing algorithms, and then you had to learn how to do the coloring of those triangles and setting up stuff like kind of how all these things work. You know, there's important stuff where if you're drawing like a triangle, you know, we have a rectangle and we need to draw two triangles, you know, that fill that up properly. So if these two triangles like perfectly mesh together, then you won't have like any gaps. And like you can already see, like even paint.net, this is an identically sized triangle rotated. Like there shouldn't be any gaps here, you know, but obviously there are. So like even your paint algorithms aren't putting these pixels in the right spot, because we should be able to like put these right on top of each other without seams or anything. And there's a whole bunch of stuff there with like following right the top left rule for pixel drawing and all these sorts of things, where it's easy to get a triangle drawing on the screen. It's hard to get a triangle drawing on the screen that actually has no seams, always works, and fills in every single pixel properly, no matter how you're looking at it. And they had us do a whole bunch of OpenGL stuff, which turned out to be completely worthless. I've never worked with OpenGL in a modern setting. It's always been DirectX or something else. Like, I've never had to push and pop onto the OpenGL stack for anything professionally. Alright, so I've got that updated. So now I can bust the cache in AWS. Alright, invalidations. Create invalidation for star. Invalidate. Alright, so that'll do that. And we need to go to the news page. That's going to be the news page on the game. So Dashkin game. So if we go to news for this guy, I think it's on pages, news. Yeah, let's do our edit. Alright, so update 4. And that needs to go to our specific link here, which is this guy. So I just need to paste this in there. Alright, so let's go to that news page. So the news page has got our latest brand new, and goes right over there. Alright, so that is, I believe, most of our launch readiness put together. So the next thing is to check this stuff in. Let's see. News page updated. Next update. Line updated. And beta 4. Marketing email. Alright, so we need to sync our ops tools after that. Once that's done, I need to go double check that. I'll send an example email to myself and Adam, and that should get there and should do things. So let's wait for the sync to go through. Yeah, I don't know. The coding your entire graphics pipeline just, I think that would have been more helpful back in like 2000, but kind of modern game engines and the whole visual system for creating shaders and materials, that is kind of the modern way to do it. There's only so much to gain from it beyond a certain point, unless you're going to be like a specific graphics guy. There's just too much. There's just too much for a non-specialized developer on some of that, I think. But that also may be that I'm not super interested in learning all of it, so. Alright, so that's sunk there, and I need to go out to the operations box, sync down the build tools, and then I'll test out the marketing email. So it's synced. And send beta interest email to test entitlement. Let's make sure it's sending to the right emails. Looks like the right emails, so let's actually send this time. Alright, so, Brackensack Update 4 release. Dearest Brackensackers, if you've been following Dashkin development, you'll know that we've been hard at work on Brackensack Update 4, which is rolling out today. At this very moment, we're giving away codes randomly in Twitch chat. If you don't have a code yet, drop in and join our match and smash the dose. Of the many features in the update, here's just a few. A brand new level 4 Snipe, new original music, beautiful new main menu, vote to add bots to public servers, and lots of miscellaneous enhancements, optimizations, and bug fixes. Full list is here. Let's follow the link. Full list is there at that link. Be sure to follow us on Twitch, and see you soon on the Brackensack Field, Brackensack Games team. Click here to unsubscribe. Okay, so the unsubscribe link, does it work? Yes, it does. Excellent. Okay, so we're done with that. So let's mark off our schedule that we have finished our launch readiness. So I think with that, I am done. That is, I am completely finished for this next update, and everything's ready to go for it. So that's it. So that's a pretty good stopping point for me. You don't like the new algorithms? They're trying to make everything shiny instead of more realistic. Oh man. Well, thank you for sticking around, and I hope your future endeavors there with setting up all the graphics and the rest work properly, and that you don't have to downgrade from Maya to Maya LT and then have to remake everything all over again. That would be definitely frustrating. So we'll kick off a main build there as well. close everything, make sure I got everything submitted properly. We'll wait for Visual Studio to figure out what the hell it's doing. Alright. That is the end. All you have to do is paint it now. Excellent. Well, good luck, sir, and have a good rest of your day. I have some errands to go run. So, goodbye.